do what I do.
Thank you so much, brother. Y'all hit the #1 button. If you appreciate what I'm doing, if you're learning something, you find this entertaining, if I'm making you smile, giving something to do in the early evening, man, make sure you show your appreciation by contributing to the super chat. Nevertheless, let's get back to this work.
Only detaining and deporting criminals? That's not true. They're currently looking and waiting outside of schools.
That's because everybody who enters this country illegally has already broken the law. And so when you say criminal, what do you mean by that? If you already broke the law, you broke the law. There's probable cause to believe you committed a crime. You're not here illegally, so you kind of already committed a crime. So it depends on your definition. Keep listening.
Stores, workplaces, even going door to door to try and find anyone who looks Latino. They ask for documentation, and if you don't have it, they take you. Most who have been detained do not have a criminal record at all. Mind you, they've even taken someone who does have papers. Even showed his ID, but they still took him. So at this point,
maybe they didn't believe him, baby girl. Maybe they thought he was lying. Okay, it happens to folk all the time, especially black folk. Keep listening.
It's not even just undocumented immigrants, but the media will only be loud about actual criminals being deported, while hiding the fact that they're also detaining anyone else they encounter who looks Latino. Even in their own words, we arrested
it's
those.
Not just Latino. We saw earlier they gathered up a dude who was from India. I showed y'all that Haitian. Everybody knows that. I'm not going back to Haiti. Dog, you going back to Haiti. It's not just Latinos, okay? It's everybody that is here illegally, whether you're from China, whether you're from one of the Arab countries, whether you're from an African country, whether you're from Caribbean, wherever you're from, you're not supposed to be in our country illegally, okay? Now, we might not be able to get all 14 million, but we're going to start with all the criminals we can get and anybody around them. Okay, that's the rationale. You understand me? So just keep it one. Let's just have an honest conversation. All right. Now the thing is, the reason there's so many Latinos going back because Latinos comprise the largest segment or portion of people who are in this country without papers who are here illegally. That's why it seems like that. Most people are not. You don't have a vast majority of Africans here because Africa is not contiguous with the United States. So they can't just walk up here. Shout out to my man, Cody Marshall. Hey, I was born in East LA, Cheech and Chong. Keep listening.
During the course of our operation. And note that besides Bakersfield, they also said that they'll be going to Fresno and Sacramento.
Yeah, they're going everywhere. You heard the blue state. The blue state.
Listen, these
now listen to this one right here. I want you to look at this Karen. Somebody type
mass raids that ICE is doing right now. Do you think they're doing deportations? Oh, no. They are not doing deportations. They are doing detention centers.
Yep,
because Trump's billionaires' friends.
White people do know things. You see, money. Somebody type money in the chat room. Look, money. Now just listen. Keep listening, man.
They own private prisons. And all the people that ICE is currently detaining will go into those private prisons. And they're not going to be deported. They're going to stay there.
Like I said, you can't deport all these people. You can't at 80. How many flights at 80 people a flight? How many different places? You don't have an endless number of military planes. So most of these folks are going to be, even of the ones they are able to round up, most of them are going to be detained. They can't be sent home. It's just feasibly, it's feasibly impossible to do. Okay, keep listening.
For years. And guess who's going to pay for that? You and me.
So the American public will gladly pay for that because we don't want these illegal immigrants out. And you all know we'll gladly pay to keep them locked up. It's the same thing that happened in the 1990s when they began to lock up the so-called crackheads and drug dealers. And we had that mass incarceration. But see, here's the difference. Those people they were locking up in the 1980s and 1990s, well, really 1990s under the crime bill, those were American citizens. So there was actually a plight and a desire to actually get them out and reform. Do we really care if they lock up 1 million Venezuelan migrants that you never heard of, that you don't know? Who's going to say anything about it? Do y'all even care? They're not going to be sending you. They're not going to try to call you on their cell phone. You don't have to go put any money on their books. They're just going to be there working. They wanted to come up here and work. Okay, you're going to work. You're just going to work from within the penitentiary system. It's a perfect storm for for the right-minded business person who doesn't really care about the ethical concerns. So keep listening.
Millions of people who were otherwise contributing to our economy, helping our workforce, are now going to sit in private prisons, and we are going to pay for that while lining the pockets of the billionaires who already own those prisons.
Yeah.
Good job, MAGA.
That is how America works, baby. That's what we do. That's what we do the best.
Hospitals, churches, schools, and other previously designated sensitive areas.
Mhm.
This video is specifically for healthcare workers who work in hospitals. This is everything that you need to know.
This lady is a nurse, and she's basically going to tell the nurses how to help resist the law enforcement. Now, again, this seems like resisting to me. Okay, I'm just saying we've been told not to resist, but this seems like a concerted effort to resist. Shout out to my man Cody Marshall. You called this out 2 months ago. I did. And I'm just saying.
If you don't know what an ICE raid is, it is when a group of ICE agents show up at the hospital to interrogate either a patient, a staff member, or a family member of a patient. They almost never have proper documentation to do this. What is proper documentation? It is either a subpoena or a warrant or any other document that is signed by a judge, or it can be an administrative request from the Department of Homeland Security. If they say they have one, ask to see it. If they do not,
sound to me, ma'am, it sounds to me like you're not cooperating with the police and you're setting a bad example. If this is the message you're putting out there, because this is what you tell black folks, just stop resisting, you won't get beat up. Stop resisting, you won't go to jail. Stop resisting. Sounds like resisting to me. That's what it sounds like. Keep listening.
have proper documentation, or if you feel that they are disrupting the unit, you can always ask them to leave. You do not have to tell them anything, even if they have proper documentation. You do not have to.
If they have a warrant, you tell us we still don't have to cooperate. I don't know about that, man.
Tell them anything. You can plead the fifth. You can ask for a lawyer. You can also just say, I don't know. Whether it's ICE or Border Patrol or any other type of law enforcement officer, you need to be asking for proper documentation and knowing what that looks like before giving them any information, because otherwise your license is on the line. Because even a name is considered protected health information under HIPAA. And as it stands today, HIPAA is still the law of the land. With that being said, if you see coworkers who are a little too gung-ho to give ICE information, protected health information, they are violating HIPAA, and you should report them to the State Board of Nursing. I want to reiterate though, you do not have to tell them anything. You do not have to tell them anything. And if they do not have proper documentation and they push you, or if they act against you, like what happened to that nurse that got arrested in Utah, you can sue. You can sue. Yes, that nurse that got arrested for not handing over a blood sample in Utah sued for $500,000. Please keep your oath front and center as we move through these next 4 years. Things are going to get worse. And unfortunately, areas that are filled with vulnerable people, like schools and hospitals, are going to be targeted by the worst kinds of human beings. Immigration status does not matter. Immigration status does not affect the health care that you provide. It does not affect how you respect their rights as human beings and as your patient in the hospital. If it does, you need to go work at a motherfucking coffee shop, babe.
Your language.
So the government breaks the law.
Watch your language. Hold on a minute.
I really don't think this is a
Potty mouth girl.
controversial thing to say.
What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D. People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You would tune in to Uncle D. D's Black Man Talk. Pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something and you earn something. And let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. Lizard King here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shooting, give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Flowbee and cut your own damn hair from now on.